Here we are, settling into summer, less rain, more heat. So this week's Explore Tulsa starts with a high-flying summer adventure.
Then the art of iron.
Followed by the big easy cleanup.
Plus all you need for the big day.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. It's so wonderful to have you back with us for this week's Explore Tulsa. Are you ready for your big flight, Stevie?
Trish, are you sure parasailing is safe?
Oh, of course. Parasailing's been around since the early 1960s, when it was first used as a more affordable training method to help parachuters learn how to land.
You know, I'm gonna be like 300 feet in the air.
Oh, actually it's more like 400 feet. And you'll get to enjoy the amazing aerial view of Grand Lake, while being in the very capable hands of Mitch Whitehead and his crew at Sail Grand Waterfront.
About 22 years ago, my wife bought a sailboat because I fell in love with doing that, and we started here on Grand Lake, and then we started in the retail business selling Hobies and sunfish and things like that, and just fell in love with the area. Started working with Shangri-La on the rentals, and kind of grew from there. It's just got bigger every year and better every year. No, we live in Joplin. My dad would come down to number 10. Right there we had a little cabin, we'd fish a lot. Had no idea what was south of Sailboat Bridge, you know, what was going on the south end of the lake or this area here. So we just kind of fell in love with it. We loved coming down here. I had a transportation company for 20 years. We were down here every weekend. And then we joined the sailing club, and we'd spend the weekends on the boat with the kids, and just thought, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to retire. We have the wave runners that we rent, 3-passenger wave runners, and we have the pontoon boats and tri-toon boats, which are just a little bit bigger. We have the ski boat, the Yamaha ski boats. Then we do the parasailing, and we also have a sailboat that we still rent that we had original 20 years ago. It's one that we bought when we first fell in love with it. And this year we put in a fishing boat because, you know, Grand Lake just gets more and more popular with the fishing, and we get a lot more calls on it, so we've got a real nice fishing boat this year. And then we also have the Blue Water Yacht. We've done that for the last 16 years. Oh, it's a fun time. We have a lot of family reunions, birthday parties, bachelorette parties, and there's a lot of people that just some of them have their own boats, but they're always having to drive and be responsible, so they just, you know, come out with their family and they enjoy it instead of having to work, and we do all the work for them with captain and crew. Well, I like parasailing because it doesn't take any skill on the person that's participating. All they have to do is just kind of sit there and enjoy the ride. And we've parasailed from ages 5 to 85. Anybody can do it. We put them on the boat, and we put them in a harness. We give them a little instruction, and basically that's just how to sit there and enjoy the ride. You come right off the boat, go right back on the boat without getting wet. It's just a great, great time. It's a great view of the lake, 500 feet in the air, and it's really quiet and peaceful up there. So we have a lot of people come back every year and just do it because they love doing it so much.
I felt like I wasn't strapped to anything. I just felt I was flying. The wind whipped around sometimes, and it felt amazing.
It was a lot of fun. It was really cool to see Grand Lake in a different view.
Absolutely.
I've never been up that high.
Felt weightless. It was awesome. Indescribable feeling.
It was amazing. Just words can't even explain it. It was awesome. The view, the water, like the water level right now is so high, and it's amazing. Just never seen Grand Lake like that before.
It was gorgeous.
Was it scary?
No, the wind whipping around, it was kind of fun. So
she might have got scared a couple times.
He did, not me, I promise.
I just like it because it's quiet, nice. It's not like you're flying, you're suspended, and it's just a great view of what's going on. It's just really relaxing. It's only a 10-minute ride, but it's really, really great. Well, I mean, obviously they have a beautiful golf course, and if I ever had the time to play it, I would realize that too, but it's a beautiful course. But I just think it's the lake and it's the people. I live in Joplin, but basically most of my friends and acquaintances are here because You know, they're just outgoing and friendly, helpful in every way, and that's what I first noticed when we first came down here. And what kind of attracted me to the island is because people were just out there and helpful. It's a great job. It's a great job. We have a lot of people that came down. As a matter of fact, we had somebody I talked to yesterday that said, you know, we used to rent from you all the time. We came down, we bought our own boat, and we bought a place here. So, you know, that's just a perfect example of someone coming down and experiencing the lake, falling in love with it, buying a home, and, you know, if it's a second home or it's your permanent home, it's, the grandkids absolutely love it, just like my kids grew up on the water. It's just a different lifestyle, and it's really a fun lifestyle.
I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of heights, but my wife, she loves that stuff. So she talked me into it. I'm glad she did too, because it was pretty cool to be up there like a big kite, and view was amazing.
To experience it for yourself, find out more by visiting sailgrand.com. You'll also learn about other watercrafts you can rent too.
You know who's great at sailing through the air just like I did?
The Man of Steel?
No, but you're close. Berryhill works with iron.
I'm not sure he's a parasailer, but I do know that the former Sooner football standout does do some amazing work at Berryhill Ornamental Iron.
And we're gonna check it all out next with more Explore Tulsa just ahead. It's summer blockbuster season at Video Revolution.
And everything is way bigger at Video Rev. The TVs are huge and the savings are massive.
Come in now and see the world's largest 4K curved TV with its 88-inch screen.
Save big with 4K TVs, now more than $1,000 less than ever before.
Or save mega dollars on a 65-inch Toshiba 1080p LED HD TV.
Bring the biggest stars into your home this summer.
With Video Rev's summer blockbuster of savings.
Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zellner. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got two great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life. And see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzellner.com. You can find that we have our two locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I gotta tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Hi again, and thanks for staying with us for more Explore Tulsa. Stevie, what are you doing with that piece of iron?
Trying to bend it into a design for my yard.
You do know that there's a process to that. It takes real professionals to get the desired results you're after.
Maybe I should try bending it with my mind.
Well, Stevie finds out just how weak his mind is. Let's see how Darren and his crew get the job done the right way.
At the time, Class 4A was the biggest in the state, and we were 3A my sophomore and junior year. But we won this first state championship Jinx ever had in their history in '79, which was my junior year. The next year we moved up to 4A, the biggest class, and then a couple years later they won another championship, and then it just started to what it is today. I never really even thought about playing college football. Again, it was just something I did, but my sophomore year in high school started getting a lot of letters and contacts from different schools all around the country. But it came down to just, you know, where I thought I could play instantly and have a chance to win a national championship. Getting into the iron business was kind of by accident. Went to work for a small family-owned company to help them get caught up in sales. Doing some structural and different kind of iron work, and then after a period of time there, it had a lot of people asking about different products, so decided it was time to venture off and do something different, and so printed up some business cards and away I went. Well, I mean, as far as the design and everything, I do most all of that to some extent. It's really kind of a team effort. You know, the guys and the team I've created in the back, we fabricate everything. If there's some element that doesn't seem like it's going to work out, we get together and figure out what will be the best process and get the best end result. I think just finally creating, after a period of 17 or 18 years, a really good kind of a team attitude. You know, my guys are as important to me as I am to them on taking care of each other. I love dealing with the customers and the sales and all that, and being able to hopefully provide people with exactly what they want, and more importantly, we strive to exceed their expectations. I think getting into the part where we don't just do the ironwork, as we do a lot of gated communities, a lot of gates on homes, and we actually do the entire entranceway. We can design, you know, the masonry, the lighting, the ironwork. We do all the automation, and I really like that aspect of it, being able to provide, you know, one-stop shopping, if you will, in our industry. Well, what we normally do when we meet with a client is take an iPad with multiple design pictures of projects we've actually completed. It's not somebody else's work. And a lot of times we'll take maybe a base design and then just kind of tweak it and work off of that. Or if the customer has something they've seen, we can build whatever they want. We do forging, we have power hammers. I have one or two of the guys in the back that are actually, I would call them more blacksmiths. They've been trained by people in the industry years past that can create some of our more unique type designs. So yeah, there's a lot of skill. It's not just taking necessarily raw steel and, you know, cut and weld it into squares or whatever. I've been very fortunate in that, you know, growing up, my family had influence, and being able to see what it takes to succeed, not be given anything. I think being at Jinx, being in winning traditions, whether, you know, it's winning, hardworking attitude at home, then in school, same at Oklahoma, is, you know, instilling confidence, and then just knowing that you can provide a product for somebody, same way we would provide wins, you know, on the football field.
Darren is a super nice guy to know. Hard to believe he used to crush people on the football field.
Now he and his team are experts in designing decorative ironworks for your yard, home, or office. Visit BerryhillOrnamentaliron.com to learn more.
Man, if you got some of that fancy ironwork in your home, you're gonna want to keep your house pretty clean for when people come out to check it out.
That's right, CV. And the people you can count on to get the job done right is a family business that's been in Tulsa since the early 80s.
We really clean up next when we meet Amy Bates and her staff at Maids Tulsa when Explore Tulsa continues.
Hello, I'm John Erling with Voices of Oklahoma. Our great state has been home to countless individuals whose place in history has been earned through each of their many accomplishments. Voices of Oklahoma's mission is to preserve their story in an oral history presentation like none other. Accounts direct from famous Oklahomans, political figures, and many others who have left their indelible mark on the development, history, and future of Oklahoma. So please, treat yourself by listening to those who are the voices of Oklahoma.
If you're not a big fan of housework, then you'll be so glad you stuck around for more Explore Tulsa. Now, who would you say are some famous TV maids?
Well, there was Alice from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, and then Alfred from Batman. He had to clean that whole big house and the Batcave.
Oh, Rosie from the Jetsons.
I just hate housework. You gotta make the beds, vacuum the whole house, and 6 months later, do it all over again.
Sounds like you could really use the help of Maids Tulsa. And they come over and use family-safe cleaning products while getting your entire place sparkly clean. And all you have to do is enjoy it.
We were living in a small town in Minnesota, and at that time it was kind of when the farming economy went south. And so my dad had been a dentist and my mother had been an art teacher, and they decided they wanted to go into business with doing something that helped people, made them happy, but also that they, couldn't necessarily be replaced. And so they came across this opportunity with Maids. We had driven through Tulsa as we drove on a family trip to California way back in the 70s. And so they thought, well, I remember driving through Tulsa and there were hills and trees and it was such a pretty city and the people were friendly. And so we moved here. I grew up here. I remember hearing a lot about cleaning and about employees and how they loved their employees and how they really enjoyed being in business in Tulsa. So, and I remember spraying dust cleaning cloths, and it was before computers, and so we would do everything by card, and I think I started answering the phone when I was 15 years old. So I came into Maids in 1998. I was kind of in between a different company I'd been working for, and I came in and I started realizing there was a need for quality control. And through that, I really just fell back in love with the business. Fell in love with all of our clients. I fell in love with the staff, and I liked working with my father. And so I worked side by side with my dad, and then shortly after I came into the business, he developed Alzheimer's disease. And so then we worked together, and it was kind of a natural transition, and I started buying them out. My father was passionate about his employees and making sure that they were really happy and had a great work environment, and developing them and always promoting from within, and I loved that about him. We have about 35 employees that are full-time. All of them are full-time staff. And it's changed, things have changed. Houses have gotten larger, the surfaces have changed. It used to all be carpeting even into bathrooms, and that's different. Now we have media rooms and granite and slate, and a lot of different surfaces have changed, and we've grown. We've had some of the same clients for as long as we've been in business, for 30 years. My clients want us to provide healthy cleaning products that are pet safe and child safe, and so we use the Better Life cleaning product line and absolutely love it. They also want to make sure that they have somebody they can trust in their home, and so we don't just say we do a national criminal background check. We go a lot further than that in making sure that on the front end we're protecting our clients from ever having somebody that would put their family and their valuables at risk. They don't want to worry about somebody being hurt in their home and getting a bill for that. If we break something, we're going to pay to repair or replace it, so I make sure that they are completely protected. And they don't want to worry about us calling in sick, and we don't. We show up on every scheduled day that we're supposed to be there, and they can trust us with their keys. Maids has a really specific system, and then obviously we customize that system to individual homes, but we have techniques in place to make sure that we don't forget something and that we don't miss anything, and we have quality control staff. We have 2 full-time people that just make sure that we're delivering what we promise to deliver, and so there's a lot of things that we have in place just to make sure that our homeowners are happy. And then so we have that through Maids, and then we also customize things just to meet the needs of Tulsa. You can change what day, you can change, we can do the whole house one day and just the downstairs the next week. All of those things, they're busy people and they don't want to worry about it, and they want to come home to a fresh house, and so they know they get that with us. The fact that I've taken something, and we have a lot of the same staff members. We have, multiple people who've been here for 20 years, and so they've gone through that transition where it went from my mom and my dad and then transitioned over to me, and I just love that we've been able to make it grow and to keep Maids fresh and exciting and to be really involved in our community. It's been a wonderful experience.
It's really wonderful that Amy stepped in, kept her parents' business going and growing throughout all these years.
And it can make your busy life so much more enjoyable when you have help cleaning up. Visit MaryMaidsTulsaMetro.com to learn how to use their services at your place.
Housework can be such a pain. I can only compare it to like planning a wedding. How stressful.
And just like we found help with Maids, lasting impressions and Bride in a Box can take all the stress out of planning for the big day.
Well, don't take her word for it. Meet Lynn Wheatley and Kayla Norris next when we come back with more Explore Tulsa.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV. And I'm far less attractive Rob Lowe, and I have cable. With DirecTV, you get 1080p and Dolby 5.1, the industry's best picture and sound. With cable, you get pictures and some sound, too. DirecTV is a theater quality experience I can have at home with all my friends.
I don't
Don't be like this, me.
Get your DirecTV upgrade and custom installation today from Video Revolution, your official Tulsa area DirecTV connection.
Hi, my name is Connie Stevens, and I'm owner-manager with my son Scott of Hallett Motor Racing Circuit right here in Oklahoma. And you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Hi there, you're not going to believe what we found at Explore Tulsa, a place in town that actually sells brides in a box. That makes it so much easier for us guys.
Stevie, they don't have women in boxes that you can buy as your bride.
But it's a good idea, right?
No, it's not. What is a great idea is the way that Lynn and Kayla offer their expertise with lasting impressions of Tulsa and Bride in a Box to make certain that couples have the greatest event all prepared for their big day.
Lasting Impressions is about as far away from what I trained to do and went to school to do. My background is all in finance, banking, international finance, and foreign exchange trading. But I was really good at giving parties, and people kept asking me to do events. So when I started doing those, I wanted to do them really well, which meant that I felt like I had to have more training. So I've been to international seminars all over. I'm a member of the Association of Bridal Consultants. I feel like education and certification is needed for any kind of business that you're in. I find that having an MBA honestly has helped in terms of sticking to a budget, which is critical. Whether you're doing corporate, social, nonprofit, or weddings, you still have a budget. Everybody has a budget. Well, I'm proud of everything, and I like everything. I always like the next one even better than the last one. We've done some over-the-top weddings, just incredible weddings. But we've done some nonprofits. I love corporate events where we do product launches or employee recognition, or even company picnics can be a lot of fun, or a product launch or pitches, whatever we're doing. We've done some different things. We've done a Dungeons and Dragons wedding. I mean, who would have thought, you know? But it's a lot of fun. And those are the kinds of things that I really like, where there's a purpose, whether it's a fundraiser or whether it's a wedding where you've got a theme and the people are passionate about that theme, then I can get on board with that and follow through. And those are my favorites. In those very early years when I went to the trade shows and the conferences, everybody was talking about owning your own items because it was so much easier when you had the inventory that you knew what you could use. So I started with a few items, and then it's grown to over 11,000 items right now. When I started doing Lasting Impressions, I really didn't want to do just what is called day of service. There is no such thing as day of. I was the designer for Lasting Impressions, and I didn't want to put my brand on something that I hadn't been involved with at all. Because then somebody would look at it and say, oh, that was a Lasting Impressions event. Well, it really wasn't. So I developed in 2009 a side business, which is a fully owned subsidiary, and it's called Bride in a Box.
Bride in a Box is wedding month management. With that comes contacting all of your vendors, making sure that they're where they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be there, making sure there's no gaps in your timeline, a timeline that we help you create. From the photographer is supposed to be there when they say they're supposed to be there, to staying to at least your cake cutting. You know, we want to make sure that none of your details or none of the things that are important to you on your day get overlooked. We have everything from just wedding month management to my favorite, our Love and Marriage box. Our Love and Marriage box is your whole wedding minus cake, caterer, DJ, venue in a box for you. We take everything from linens, we create florals, centerpieces, we have printing, and we can help you consolidate and create a theme and look for your wedding. So many couples out there, they don't know that this is a service that they want or need until it's over. Our Bride in a Box couples never experience that. they get to relax on their wedding day, and at the end of it, they can say, it's everything I dreamed of. That right there, that moment, that's why we do what we do.
My favorite time with all my clients is that moment when they walk in the room, they see the final effort that's been brought together, whether it was theirs for Bride in a Box or whether it was my design and help and planning along the way, and they say, I love it. This is better than I thought it could be. I want them to love the experience, the whole experience.
They really have every angle covered when it comes to taking the stress out of planning a wedding.
To get your big day completely covered, contact Lynn at Lasting Impressions by visiting litulsa.com.
Or if you're more of a do-it-yourselfer, then look for Kayla at brideinAbox.net. Don't expect to find her in a box, though.
Stick around, there's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get one pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99 or my two-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Hi, I'm Frank Haith, head basketball coach at University of Tulsa, and you are watching Explore Tulsa.
Be sure and join us next week when we meet former Platters performer Willie Lewis.
Special thanks to Mitch Whitehead and his family for taking Stevie parasailing on Grand Lake at Sail Grand Waterfront.
A thanks too to Darren Berryhill for sharing his story and his work at Berryhill Ornamental Iron, and to Amy Bates and her staff for making life so much easier at Maids Tulsa.
And to Lynn Wheatley of Lasting Impressions of Tulsa, and Kayla Norris of Bride in a Box for making the big day so easy and memorable.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook. Share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zollner and Associates.
Home of the two-pair for $129 deal with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.